It's obvious that the reason for being is your quality of life. And I think that my opinion of quality of life, in spite of reading about it because I'm interested in the medical context, life-adjusted years, like quality of life, all of that. And sometimes people think of it as happiness versus unhappy. I think it has definitely shifted. It's not, go smell the roses. I've always said if you smell too many roses, you increase the probability of thorns in your nose. The quality of life is, I think, the ability to hopefully have your symptoms managed so that you get able to continue to do things that are worth living for. And at one time, I remember thinking, when I first got involved with Dying in Dignity, I thought that it would depend on how bad were my symptoms. And like one of my specialists said, I've overcome some pretty serious lows. I was in intensive care, and apparently only about, a low percentage of people can be ventilated, etc., and get out of intensive care. And I started to see it differently. Once it's on your plate, it's not a matter of choosing. It's not a smorgasbord. It's not what you like, it's what you got. And it's what you got then. So, now I'm looking at, how much of my day is taken up managing symptoms. I used to think that would be my borderline, that would be it. But now I find all of my day is spent managing or hoping. That's a fancy word for managing. It makes you think you're in control. You're actually hoping you can manage the symptoms. And sometimes it doesn't work. So what does the quality of life mean? If I can get away with it, it's literally day by day. What I find from reading some of the research, a very important point that I read, was a study done by Wilson in Canada, palliative care in Ottawa, and found that it wasn't pain that caused people to question getting assisted dying. It was the loss of interest in living. Not interest in what's on the news. Nothing's happening. There's nothing for them to look forward. And I've been very fortunate. I have goals. And I just had a magazine article approved. So it'll be printed in December. So that is exciting. That's my professional work high point. And so that's good. I always have goals. I just finished a UVic course because it's on the web, right? I don't have to go to school. I don't have to find parking. So there are so many things that are open. If you have the education and the economics, the capacity, I can say all this is here, but if I were a person with multiple sclerosis, the same things would not be as accessible as they are for me. So quality of life is what you can make of it for yourself for that time. And I think it would vary for a lot of people. I also suspect that for some people the challenge is when they get up and they say, oh God, it's another day. It's a lot of work trying to keep up. It's a long way from 15 minutes to jump out of bed and be in the car going to work to making sure I spend 2 hours to, be confident about going out. But I have patients who require 4 hours to get ready to go to work. Quality of life is everything. And that's the going forward. When you get to the point that your life expectations in the future is not good, And for chronically ill people, all you're doing is living longer, not better. So it's not your initial diagnosis. I mean, that's one hurdle, but there's more coming. It's like being on a journey that you have no idea where the end is. You might think you are, but then you discover you're on a different train. It has its moments of excitement. When you think you're too smart and you think you're really doing it well, and then something else comes up with and you have to develop new skills. But when you add it all up, it's just more and more of worse and worse.